In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the top 5 6ix9ine builds you can make on this game. Now, we can all admit that the 6ix9ine is the absolute demigod of a build. The 6ix9ines this year, they're pretty much like the 6-7 on 2K21 next gen, okay? If you're not making the 6ix9ine, I don't know what you're doing. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to make a different variations of the 6ix9ine. So I'm trying to cater to as many different type of players out there as possible, because I know different players have different play style. So let's just get into it. So the first build I'm going to make, I know some of you guys out there, people tend to make guards with no defense. So they're like, I don't really care about defense. I have someone to play defense for me. I have a lockdown. I have this, I have that. So this is pretty much for players along those lines. So these are guys that want to be juiced out offensively, and they've got someone else to play defense for them. Now you can still make the 6ix9ine version of this juiced out build, and I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. So this first build is pretty much for the guys, again, you don't really care about defense as much. You don't care about defense at all. You just want your friend to help you out. They've got a 6ix9ine, which I'm also going to show you another version of a 6ix9ine that your friend can make or other people can make to play lock for the team. But let's start off with this one, of course, because we want to be juiced out offensively. One of the key things I noticed is your strength this year. Honestly, do not care about bully, bro. Like, bully is, in my opinion, one of the most overrated badge in this game. It's not as viable as useful. I mean, I'm not saying it's a terrible badge, but I just don't think it's worth making a bully build. And also, another thing I noticed is you're way faster. I've played on this builder so many times. You guys know, you guys probably don't know this, but I've played on this builder probably more times than I've played the game. And I'm telling you, the difference between a 185-pound 6ix9ine and a 200-pound plus 6ix9ine is a big difference, bro. Like, you move way faster. More importantly, you get the 75 speed with ball, as you can see on the screen right there. Which also allows you the Michael Jordan dribble style, which apparently is the best dribble style in the game. So anyways, let's get into this build. Because you want to be juiced out offensively, you guys already know we're going to go minimum weight. My favorite build is always Define, of course. Minimum weight, let's get into this. So we're going to be build out this first build, okay? We're going to be juiced out, so we're going to go max 3-pointer. We're going to get some mid-range here. We're going to get some 3-pointer. Again, we don't really care, but literally defense would be our last priority on this build right now. So as you can see, at 85, which is perfect, you actually get a 23 playmaking badge, which is amazing. Again, actually, when it comes to the speed, because you're actually not going to be guarding ball, I would actually recommend just having like an 80 speed. I don't think you need anything more than 80 speed, because you're not really going to be guarding ball like that. You're vertical to be able to get all the contact dunks in this game. You need 75. You want the 99 stamina. Now we're gonna go on the playmaking. Sorry, the finishing. Like I said, you don't really care about defense on this build. This is to be juiced out offensively. I recommend going, as you can see right there, you get 11. Perfect. We get some finishing. Now, when I make these builds, people get really confused, and they're probably asking me, like, why are you putting post control? Why are you putting standing dunks on? This isn't for you to use them, by the way, guys. I mean, it helps having these badges. This is just more for the, if you guys don't know, I'm trying to maximize the badge points for this build. Now, as you guys are able to see, we're currently at 84. So this is a 6ix9ine build, by the way, guys, with an 893-3. So you get gold limitless, you get gold deadeye, you get gold blinders, you get gold agent 3 on a 6ix9ine build. You have 23 playmaking badges, and we're only adding 94, which is scary. Okay, we're never nowhere near finishing the build. Again, because you don't care about defense, I'm gonna show you a different variation. Don't you worry. I would definitely recommend going for an 80 driving layup. And actually leave that at 18 right there. We're gonna go with that. So now we've got 19. I'm trying to get to 20. There we go. So now we're at 20, okay? And we're only adding 95. So now we're going to focus on the defense. Bearing in mind, this is not supposed to be a defensive build. So we're just going to get a 70 so we can get bronze clamps. You got your friend to help you out and everything else. And get some steel at least. So you get silver interceptor, and you get decent perimeter defense. Again, this is for the guys that just don't care for defense, and the rest of it you can put it on free throw. So you know, again, just to help out, and you have 26, 27. There you go. What else can we put on? Can we get any more? Oh, my battery died. 1 second. In the middle of the video, why would you do that? Let me charge this bad boy. So we are 21. Can we get to 21 on this? No, we can't. There's no point, so we might as well leave it at 70. Can we get to 21 on this? No, we can't, so we're gonna might as well leave it at that. We cannot get to 21 either. So leave that right there. Now, if you want to, you have pretty much everything you need. You can just put the rest on your perimeter defense, and that's pretty much it. But as you can see, this is for the guys that don't care about defense. You just want to be juiced out offensively. Bear in mind, this is on a 6'9" build, right? So this is this is a tall build with 93 3, 87 ball handling. You have 76 speed of ball, 23 playmaking badges. You get an extra +4. So with the +4, you can put it on your defense, or I would personally recommend putting it on your playmaking. So this is the first variation, okay? This is number 1 build you can make. If you guys want me to do the badge setup, this video will take way too long, so I'm not going to do that. But I can make a separate video on how to sort of put your badges on these kind of builds. But look at the stats of this build. This build is absolutely just an offensive demigod, okay? No one is going to be stopping this build anytime soon. So the second build we're going to make is personally my favorite build in the game. So let's say you're a different kind of player. This is number 2. Say you're like, you know what, Fear, I actually want to play defense. You know, that's me. When I make a PG build, I need to be able to play defense. I'm the lockdown, I'm the point guard, I'm everything, okay? I don't want no one playing defense for me. I want the other team to know I'm the one locking the guard up and I'm the one setting up the play. So with this build, we're going to go completely the opposite way. We're going to go max wingspan, minimum weight. Again, we don't care about bully because bully is completely garbage. So very similar. Now we're going to focus on defense because this is a more well-rounded guard, okay? We're going to go 90 on both, which is ridiculous for, for a ball handling point guard 6'9". We're going to go on the steal. We're going to go to 70 so you can get some blocks and you can get the anchor badge. And what I like to do with this is actually I like to put my offensive rebound up more than my defensive rebound on this build. The reason being, I'm making an assumption I'll be playing with an outside center, which is better, by the way. Don't ever make an inside big this year, please. Have some shooting. So acceleration, let's put out 80. And speed, we're going to leave that at 80 as well. And your vertical, because you're going to be playing more defense, more blocks on this build, I'll definitely go to an 80. And you have a 99 stamina. Now, when it comes to the playmaking, bear in mind, this is a 2-way 6'9" build. We're going to max 87 out so you can get that gold clamp breaker, which is, by the way, better than bully. 100 times better than bully. You still get a 76 speed of ball, so you can still get the Michael Jordan. So if you want to go to 75, as you can see, it doesn't really change your playmaking badge points. So you can still leave it at 75, but if you go to 74, it does change it. So we can leave that there, and your passing, let's just leave it at 22 for now. We're gonna come back to this, so let's just get the rest done. Now, if you guys don't know this year, 82-3 is completely fine. You don't need anything more than 82. Like, if someone leaves you open and you have an 82 3-pointer, you're going to hit every single shot. Bearing in mind, this is a 2-way point guard build. So if you want to be able to guard ball and also run the offense, this is the build for you. Now, with this build, of course, you're going to have some finishing. Like, we're not going to leave finishing out the blue. We have your 80 driving layup. We still have our standing dunk, which is ridiculous. And now, as you're able to see, we can get 17 on this build. We can still get we can still get some really good shooting. And then we're going to put the rest on playmaking. So very similar to the first build I made. Now, the difference between this build and the first build, as you're able to see quite clearly, is this is very well balanced. Okay, this is a more balanced build. The free throw, listen, if you time your free throw this year, you don't need like an 80 free throw. Don't worry too much about that. But again, this is more for your 2-way players. So if you're going to be a player that's going to be, okay, like I want to run the offense and I want to play defense. So as you're able to see, you have 20, 23, 17, and 17. This is a very good setup for a 2-way player. Now, another 6'9" version I'm going to make, this is more for... this is more going to be for guys that are going to be like, well, I want to play shooting guard, but I don't really need a high ball handling. I don't really care about, having, 87 ball. I don't really care about having 90 perimeter defense. I just want to be a shooting guard. I just want to spot up and shoot. But I want to be able to handle the ball a little bit. Just do a little bit of work. So this is the third type of build that we're going to make. Again, minimum weight, always go with minimum weight on a 6'9". There's no point going anything but minimum weight. The only difference is we're not going to go 76 speed with ball with this build. Because you don't care too much about your ball handling on this build, say you just like, I just want 70 and 70. Like, I don't really care. I've got my PG running the offense. We're just going to go at 75, but we're not going to leave at 75 because we want to get the badge points for the playmaking. So we're going to go 78 because that's when, as you can see, you always want to optimize your build. Either you go 75 or you go 72. There's no point going 75 because at 75 you get 14, right? Which is great. But then we can get 15 at 78. So we get 15 playmaking badges. Bearing in mind, with this build, you're not really thinking too much on defense. You want to be able to play decent defense because you're more of a shooting guard, small forward, but you're not really the main ball handler. So let's go something around there. There we go. 78 is when it switches to 4, which is perfect. And we'll see when the still switches. So the still switches right there. Oh my god, no, that's way too high. Perfect. But because we need, it does switch at this point, but because we need, in my opinion, your off ball, you need a silver interceptor. It's better off leaving at 78, so at least you get that. With the block, again, you're an off ball player. We'll leave that at 70. With the speed, again, just like the previous build, we'll go 80 and 80. Actually, I did make one mistake with this build, and I'm going to show you exactly what that mistake is, which I'm going to correct right now, which is the 82. You don't want an 82 as an off-ball player, so we're going to change that a little bit. You want an 86. Now, with the 86, you're able to get Claymore on Hall of Fame. With that wingspan, as you guys can tell, I've literally been on this build out for way too long. So we're going to go back to the same thing, very similar to the previous one we had. So we're just going to, until it switches, 78, I'm going to go 79 right there. So you get silver, and then with the playmaking, we'll leave that at 70, and we'll leave that at 71, something like that, right? So you still get some playmaking badges, and we'll leave that as 15. This is more for you, again, this is more for your shooting guard, off-ball type player that just want to sort of spot up and shoot the ball and don't want to do too much work, okay? That is all you are with this build. We're going to go 75 with the vertical, of course, because we want to get some decent dunks. And as you're able to see with this one, we're currently at 86, right? So we still have a long way to go, which is amazing. So let's go to the finishing. So now with this build, you can actually, if you want to, go for 92 so you get all the contact dunks. But the way I personally made this build is actually left it at 86. Sorry, 88. Where you go? Perfect. 87 actually, because that's when it changes. We're at 14, 15. Now you're probably thinking, okay, what am I going to do with this build? What am I going to do? Well, 91, I'm a shooting guard. I don't really care about defense. I'm happy with my defensive badges. What can I do with this build? Now, this is the cheese with the shooting guard build. You're going to go crazy. Because you can be a shooting guard, you want to be able to drive and catch the ball. We're going to do the cheesy build. Again, I made a big mistake on this one. It's at 22, and we're still at 96, right? But the mistake I made with this build is the weight of it, okay? So the weight, again, I know this builder very, very well. I know this video is sort of dragging along, but this is just to show you, I'm literally making it as I'm speaking to you guys. But to get the 99, you need 202 pounds, okay? Bearing in mind, you are, you're an off-ball type player. You don't really need all this stuff. I remember all the stats, so we're just going to go back to this. And we're going to go to 71 again, and we're going to go 78 right there. We've got 78 on the pyramid defense, and we have 79 right there. And then we have a 70 block, which is perfect. And then with the ball handle, we're 86. We're at 20. And 75. And 87. So we've got 87. We've got 80 right here. Perfect. We have this. Let's get 16. Perfect. We've got 16. And as I've mentioned previously, let's put this on 80. So we're literally up to date what we're doing. So you can't get to 80 because of the weight, but it's fine. You're a shooting guard. Again, you don't really need 80 speed anyway. You're going to be off ball, just catching and shooting the ball. Now, again, the cheese I'm going to do is we're going to go this. We're going to do this with this build, okay? This is completely messed up. Now, with this build, you get a Hall of Fame quick first step, and you get Hall of Fame unblockable. I mean, bearing in mind, we're still at 97 with this build. This is why the 6'9 is the most versatile build you can make, right? Now, with this version, it's now completely down to you what you want to do. If you're saying, well, I'm a shooting guard, I want to get as much shooting badges as I want, you can get 22. You can still put some more stuff on your playmaking to get the 77 clamp breaker, and then you can put some more stuff on your perimeter defense if you want to, and you get 12. You're still at 12, so I wouldn't do this actually, because your badge, as you can see, your defensive badges don't really change, so you're better off doing something like this. See, you get 13 at least. Let me look at this one. Can you get 14? Perfect. See, so we end up getting 14. Again, this is more of a shooting guard type build. We'll probably max out the free throw, 78. So this is the setup for the shooting guard build. which is 23, 22, 18, and 14. This, for me, is perfect. You have Hall of Fame claimer. You have silver limitless range. You're going to be good. Now, the next one we're going to talk about, I know this video is literally is dragging, but I'm going to get through these two builds very quickly. We are going to do the, what are we going to do now? Now, this is going to be for the lockdown, the 6-9 pure lock, okay? Say you're thinking, okay, fair, my friend is the PG, he's got the 90, free 6-9 build. I want to be his lockdown. I want to help him out. I want to be a defensive demon, okay? Now, this is going to be a defensive demon. This build can literally guard 1 to 5. This is honestly my favorite lockdown build in the game. I wouldn't say it's the best lockdown build. I'll actually make a video on the best lockdown build. But this build is completely disgusting, okay? So now with this build, we're just going to go crazy on defense, okay? We're going to go crazy, but we're also going to look at the attributes and when they change, okay? This is very, very important when you make your build. As you can see at 89, that's when this change occurs. So we'll leave it there. Bearing in mind, we're a defensive demigod, okay? So we see when this changes. So this changes at 80. Actually, it's not. That is probably more on this side. There we go. So it's because of defensive rebound, that changes. So we'll keep going and see when offensive rebound changes. So that changes right there, so which is perfect. So we'll go up a bit, see when this changes, and this changes at 29. So I'm just showing you, giving you an idea in terms of how I make this build. So when you make your build, you're always wary of when the badge point changes. As you can see right here, it changes at 30. Okay, it changes at 76. And let's max out the physicals, because you're going to be a defensive demigod. You're going to be chasing guys around. You want to have some vertical. You're going to be blocking dudes. This is a pure 6-9 lockdown, okay? You're going to be literally annoying. My bad. No playmaking on this build. No playmaking because you want to be a pure lock. This is the pure lock 6-9. And then you want to have some, of course, you want to have some passing. Leave that 78. You have good shooting. So you can spot up in the corner. You can spot up at the top. Wherever you feel like doing. Have 17 so you can get the gold catch and shoot cord. And then you can put some finishing on. Now, with the finishing, you can go crazy if you want to, Again, very similar to how I do my setup. Just have these on. Again, it's just to have a very balanced type center build. So we can leave it at that if you want. I think 16 is good enough for the lockdown. Again, you're just going to be cutting and doing stuff. So where we're going to put the rest, of course, we're a lockdown. We're going on defense, my guy. So as you're able to see, we get 31 right there. And let's have a look at this. So it's still there. So 31. We can't get any more. So I'm literally showing you guys how I make this build, so you guys get an idea. So I mean, we can go with 94 if we want, but there's no point because we're not getting any more badge points on this. So we might as well leave it at that. Like if we drop it there, so we might as well just put this on something else. So you can literally put this on your finishing. You can put this on your shooting, wherever you want. Let's just put it on shooting for now. Perfect. So this is a pure lockdown build. You got 6-9. You still get a silver glove. You still get a silver clamps. And yeah, like this is, for me, this is my favorite defensive build in the game. If I could make a lockdown, I would definitely make this build. Now, the final build we're going to make, which is a 6-9, this will be a power forward. So I've tried to cover sort of the basic positions that a lot of people are going to be making. I personally wouldn't recommend making a 6-9 at center for now, but you already know me. I'm going to make a 6-9 at center because I like to push the boundary of this game. But we're going to go power forward. If for you guys, I want to make a power forward 6-9 and just be an absolute demigod as well. So we're going to try and make the power forward build. This is going to be the last one. Trust me, I'm going to make this very quick. So again, if you're going to make a power forward 6-9, go minimum weight. Of course, you're shooting, depending on how you want to play, assuming you want to be just a power forward, I'm guessing you want to shoot some decent three. I'd definitely go, maximum wingspan, just like the other build. It is going to be quite similar because of 6-9. At the end of the day, they're all 6-9, right? This is the glitches build in the game. You're going to be good. You have an 82-3. You're a power forward. You don't need these crazy finishing. Your ball handling, say, decent ball handling. You have a decent speed of the ball. And you have a decent playmaking. So again, you're a power forward. You don't need all these crazy stuff. The only difference with the other builds is you're going to get a little bit more... when it comes to your rebounding, right? So you want to have some really good rebounding because you want to be able to snag a lot of boards, and you can put that right there at 80 for when it switches, and you want to have good interior defense. Perfect. That's 27. Max out your physicals. Max out your vertical. Don't max out your vertical. That's crazy. Put some good vertical on. and you just pretty much have something like this. This is just sort of like a rough sample of terms of what you need to be getting done. But as you're able to see, you still have good close shot, good everything really. And I'll probably go 80 right there. So because you're a power forward, you can finish around the rim very well. You have good shooting, you have good rebounding. Put your block up until you're able to get something like that, 28. And at this point, when you get here, it's completely down to you what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, you might want less ball handling. You can put your ball handling down and put it somewhere else. But this is how I recommend sort of setting up as a power forward. Yeah, it's very decent. You're very well balanced. And you can put everything else in your strength because maybe you want to sort of help your big out a little bit more. But that's pretty much the top 5 builds for me. Again, I wouldn't recommend making a 6'9" at center for most people, just because I think most people might not know what they're doing with the build at at the center position. But your boy, you guys already know me. I like to push the boundaries a little bit. I am going to make the 6'9" build eventually at the center position, just because all my friends don't make center builds. And if I make a PG, we're not going to have a center. So I might as well make the 6'9" at center, which is very annoying for me. And if they do make a center, these guys probably won't make builds that can shoot anyway, because I don't know why. I know I'm the one that have to make all the sacrifices when it comes to these builds. But anyway, that's a rant for another video. That's pretty much it. I know this video has been going on for quite a long period of time, but I try to cover as much as possible in terms of how people think when it comes to the playstyle. And I will make another video so we're talking about the best lockdown builds in this game, which you guys definitely want to see because there's some really disgusting lockdown builds I can make out there at the moment. But that's pretty much it. So if there's any variation of 6'9" you still want or you would like to see, then let me know. But again, if you want to make a build this year, you haven't made a build or you want to make a second build, the 6'9" is the way to go. It's the glitchiest build in the game. You get the best attributes and you save the most points also when it comes to the tiers. And yeah, just have fun, go crazy. And yeah, I mean, 2K23 at the moment has been a big W. I'm loving it. And yeah, see you in the next video.